All right, Mr. Rhodes, we're going to take a look at your full swing motion from the back view and then your chipping motion over on the right-hand side. Um, again, setup looks better. No complaints there. We just want to be very careful with your backswing, and we don't want to give up with what we're trying to do with the club face looking at the ball. As we take it back, you're doing a much better job here. See how the club face angle is looking back? You look good. We're trying to set the club on this angle with the club face in your case a little bit more closed. But as we get here, this is where we start to open the club face as we move up to the top. And you can kind of see, look at the club face, how it wants to lay back on you right there. And that's what presents probably majority of your problems. Now, you're not coming over the top of the ball nearly as much, but watch what happens here as we come into it. When the club gets laid off, okay, your hands are going to drift out to the golf ball. Remember, if we were taking the club straight up and down on this line, we would never have that problem with the hands getting too far out away from your body on the downswing. So we got to make sure that club face, once you set it, it continues to ride up that angle, trying to keep, you see how the right hand wants to lay back this way. It opens up the club face, and that's where you get into your problems. As you swing through the ball, we want to make sure we continue to swing through it and make sure that we go all the way over your left shoulder. See how the club face angle there? I know it was coming in open just because the club face is at this angle here. If we were really rotating the right hand, the club face would finish over the left shoulder more in this position here. So just kind of keep that in mind. Make sure you're swinging through it and still releasing the club, whether it's with your right hand or your left hand, doesn't make any difference. But we still want to keep the release of the club. And one of the reasons why you keep it so open as you come into impact is because you're coming over the top of it just a little bit. So make sure that club face stays closed to the top. As we move over here to your chipping motion, we just want to concentrate on a flat left wrist. We want to narrow the stance a little bit more than where you have it. But just remember, when we're coming in impact, your tendency is to let this wrist angle bend, and that's where you have your skull shots and so forth. Just remember the exercise that we did. We just want to keep that left wrist solid going back and through, very similar to your putting stroke. Again, what you're doing there is just bending the left wrist coming through impact, which opens up the club face and it causes you to kind of skull it. But just make sure you get the width of the stance on those shorter ones a little bit closer together. But you had great results when you just concentrate on just keeping that left wrist flat, going back and through with no bend in the wrist. But all in all, good job. Keep up the good work, and we just got to still concentrate on that full swing, learning how to keep that club face angle from laying off on you. So have a good day, and I'll send you an email on this. Thanks.